And now, let your mind listen like it's 5 years old, and let your soul hear like it's 5 billion. Because what I'm about to say is about a bedtime story for your ego, and a holy sword for your unconscious. We begin not with answers, but with a question. Because questions, they're like crowbars for the psyche, and the meta model, it's not a toolkit. It's a damn demolition crew for bullshit. So let's chunk up to the big picture. Your language is not a mirror. It's the fucking steering wheel of your nervous system. Every sentence you say is either a spell that frees you, or a sentence that sentences you to repeat your past. Most people, they don't speak truth. They echo trauma with better vocabulary. That's why the meta model isn't cute. It's savage precision. It's surgical curiosity. It's a flame that burns through your own lies gently or not so gently. I always fuck this up. Really, always. But you got data. Every time, even when you're sleeping. No one ever helps me. No one, ever. Not even the stranger who held the door when you were crying in a hoodie. Boom, pattern broken. This is meta-modeling. This is God in a lab coat asking, where the hell did you get that equation? Words are spells, patterns are prisons. Magic is the disruption. Let me explain this like you're 5, and also a cosmic mathematician. Your brain is like a Play-Doh factory. Language is the mold. The meta model is the tool that cuts off the excess plastic crap and lets the real shape emerge. You already use it. When your friend says, I'm a loser, and you reply, no, you're not. You just had a rough week. You've chunked down to the details. You drilled into the assumption. You ran the pattern interrupt. You shattered the trance. Why? Because stuck stories, they're sleepy spells. And questions, they're lightning bolts that rattle the fucking heavens. The meta model isn't therapy, it's linguistic alchemy. It's what happens when you stop treating thoughts as facts and start questioning them like the FBI agents on ayahuasca. The limiting belief, people don't respect me. Chunk down to the details. Who exactly? When was the last time? Chunk up to the big picture. Why is respect important? What does it say about you if they didn't? Reframe. Could it be they just don't see what you see in yourself yet? The pattern. I never finish anything. The meta model. Never? Like never ever. What have you finished? Did you brush your teeth this morning? New possibility. Maybe it's not about finishing. Maybe it's just you haven't found what feels worth finishing yet. The self-pity loop. Nothing works for me. The meta model. Compared to what? How are you measuring that? The belief reversal. What if your struggle is training, not punishment? You already do this, you just forgot. When you tell your friend, you're being too hard on yourself. You're challenging a distortion. When you ask your kid, why do you think that happened? You're installing curiosity. When you scream, what the fuck is really going on here during a breakdown? You're chunking up through pain into values. Now you do it unconsciously. Let's make it fucking deliberate. Why is this important? Neuroscience, your brain prunes neural pathways that aren't used. Beliefs are habits of thought. Question them. You force neuroplasticity to grow new roots. Psycholinguistics. Language doesn't describe reality. It generates it. Change your syntax. You change your semantics. Change your semantics. You rewire identity. Karmic engineering. Every unchallenged thought calcifies. Every unexamined belief metastasizes. Not running the meta model. It's like letting mold grow on your soul's architecture. You're afraid to challenge people because you're afraid to challenge yourself. But guess what? Your fear is not a fact. It's just a fucking sentence that no one has interrogated yet. Confusion isn't failure. It's the open window where transformation walks in. You confuse the pattern. The brain pauses the loop. Now you can lead. That's pacing and leading. You say, I get that you feel stuck. I felt it too. It's pacing their current reality. Then, what if this stuckness is just your soul asking a better question? Leading toward insight. So, how do we get stuck? The top patterns that trap us, deletions. It's hopeless. What specifically? The distortions. They hate me. How do you know? Generalizations. Always, never, every time. The unquestioned values. I need their approval. Why them? Why not you? Identity locks. I'm just not the type of person. Were you born that way or trained? All these, they're illusions disguised as truth. If you do learn this, you become a mirror that burns illusions. People are drawn to you because you sound like truth. You lead without controlling, influence without force. You unstick minds, starting with your own. If you don't, your patterns stay unchallenged. You become your own jail warden. You raise kids who inherit your fears. You die with the same unresolved loop spinning in your chest. Use these to interrupt and redirect. Redefine failure or calibration. Hierarchy of criteria. What's more important, being right or being free? The counterexample. Is there a time you did succeed? The intent reframe. What's the positive intention behind that belief? The consequence reframe. Where will the story take you in 5 years? And now, as you hear these words, let your unconscious begin compiling them, turning them into automatic filters. You're already a modeler. You're already a question asker. You already unstick people when you get curious, but now you remember. And that remembering becomes your identity. Let this be the moment you become the storm that wakes the gods. Let this be the breath where your questions become keys, and you, the locksmith of minds.